Good morning, Todd Nickens, Weichert, Realtors, Saxon Clark, here in Upper East Tennessee. I want to take a few minutes and say welcome to December 1st, 2021. Glad to be out of November. It's like the coldest November I can remember. Hi, Shaggy. I know all those folks from California and Upper Northeast that have moved to our area going, I thought you said it wasn't cold here. Um, anyway, hopefully it'll warm up here near Christmas. It's supposed to be 60 degrees this weekend. So just want to take a few minutes and talk about current market. I've heard a lot of talk from lots of people saying the market is slowing down. Oh, here it comes. No, the market slows down this time every year. And this is why the market slows down this time every year. It's holidays. People don't want to be out of their homes for showings and don't want to be conducting real estate business, closings, moving, all those kind of things around the holiday. So they wait till the first of the year until the holidays are over to list their house. And there's also a belief that houses don't sell this time of year. Well, and that's true. Let me tell you why it's true. Because people don't list their houses this time of year because they're waiting to the first of the year. So it's actually a fantastic time to sell your house and to list your house. We've been dealing with low inventory, aka the number of houses available to buy, for 2 years now. And right now it's probably the lowest it's been in those 2 years because people aren't listing their houses. So if you list your house, it's a product. Think of it like a product. You put that on the market with other products, and your product is compared to other products. Does it have this? Does it have that? So those are things that buyers are looking at to make a decision. So if there's less competition, you could get more for your product because there's less competition. So it's actually a fantastic time to put your house on the market. The other thing I want to talk about too is I'm hearing, and like I said, the first video is people are saying, "Oh, here it comes. It's slowing down. It's slowing down." Not going to happen. Let me give you something to think about. So this market that we're in right now, seller's market, very high, volume market, selling wise, low inventory, prices going up. That's been happening, for a couple of years. Probably a little bit longer than that. It's been aggressively happened over the last couple of years. So how long, what in your mind does it take to make a new normal, right? How long does the market have to stay in a certain position in order for that to be normal now? This is what is normal. So we've been in it for a couple of years. I foresee 2 or 3 or maybe 4 more years of this type of market. So that's 4 to 6 years. So what if this is the new normal? What if this is the new market? People think about crazy markets like California, where a lot of people are moving here from, and what we sell for $350,000 sells out there for $2 million. Well, they think that's crazy. That's normal there. So when did it go from where we are in California to where it is now? Did there become a new normal out there like there is here now? And I would say that I feel like that is what is happening in Upper East Tennessee. Is it going to change? No, not for a while. Here's why. Okay, so why do people move here? That's creating the demand, people moving here. So why do people move here? Taxes. How long has our taxes situation been the way it is? Decades, at least 1 decade. Since, I guess, Lamar Alexander was governor. How long ago is that? That's been a while. So that's not changing. What other reason? I can work from anywhere. That's not changing. That actually is going to increase because the pandemic has taught companies and employees hey, we can do this. And actually, it's a benefit to both of us, the business and the employee, to work remotely. So that's just going to increase. Okay, so that's not going to change it. The beauty of the area. It's kind of been like this for a long time, thank the Lord. That's not going to change. What else? What are the reasons people move here? The weather. Well, the weather's great. You don't know which weather you're going to get, what day of the week, but it's not too extreme. So those things aren't going to change. So that means the demand will stay there. What could hurt it? Well, I tell everybody that calls about this area, we're near everything but next to nothing, right? Meaning that, we're close to Knoxville, close to Asheville, Nashville, Roanoke, those type of things where you can go, and if you needed something in a bigger city, you get it. But the other thing is, as we increase population slowly over time, and people come here from other places and go, why don't we have this? Why don't we have a Backyard Burgers? Why don't we have a Scooter's Coffee? Those things are coming. You can see those coming right now in our area. So that's going to increase also. Okay, so what could be the big thing that could change all? Interest rates. People are all talking about, and the Fed's always warning, we could raise interest rates. So let's talk about that a little bit. So interest rates aren't going to change, and here's why. Way back 70s, 80s, there were people that had interest rates of, 7, 8, 9, 14%. Why was that? Well, the banks and the financial institutions believed at that time that's the margin that they needed to operate on in order to make money. So when we lowered over time the prime interest rate, and that's what the Fed controls, is the prime interest rate, banks, financial institutions learned how to make money at that lower margin, right? Because interest rate, that's what the financial institution is making off of that loan. How do they do that? Well, they cut cost, right? Hard costs like buildings, people cost, payroll, things like that. Learn to be more efficient. So therefore, they can still make money at a lower margin. And then the other thing is to think about is the federal government determines the prime interest rate, which other interest rates are set off of. But who really determines what your interest rate is? Whose credit score, whose work situation determines your interest rate? You do. There's plenty of people out there right now that are getting new loans at 4 and 5% because of past credit history, work situation. And for example, I'm a real estate agent. I don't get a paycheck every week. I get a paycheck when I do a sale, when I do my job. So that's a bigger risk for a financial institution. So they're going to charge me a higher interest rate because there's more risk on their side. So you determine the interest rate. So is there a need for us to change interest rates? Well, what would happen if the federal government came in and said, okay, interest rates are going to be 4% next week? Well, who wants that? The government's not going to make more money. It would be to help the financial institutions. They're not going to like that. Why? People aren't going to do loans. It doesn't matter if I can make more money on each loan if there's less loans. If I make more loans at a lower margin, I can still make more money. So there's no need to raise interest rates. So it's not going to happen. So what I'm saying in all this is that this market, based on everything that I'm seeing in the factors, is going to continue the way it is. So it's a seller's market. Everybody knows that. Lots of sellers. People are going to list their homes first of the year. Going to be a huge, huge spring. But what about investors, right? So I know a lot of investors talk to people that are buyers, that are looking for houses, and investors are waiting. We're waiting. What are we waiting on? Waiting on a crash. It's not going to happen. So here's the thing. We think everything is really, really high now. Why? Well, 2 years ago, our market value was up 12%. Last year was up 24%. what's it going to be up this next year? 24 is twice as much as 12. Is it going to be 48? Is it going to be 36? This next year, is it just going to be 24 again? But if the factors don't change that we just talked about, if those factors don't change, that is going to continue to go up. Okay? So when's the best time to buy for investors and buyers? Now! Don't wait. Don't wait, because why? It's going to continue to go up in value. Even though it's much higher now, maybe for 2,500 square foot than it was 2 years ago, what's it going to be in 2 more years? What's it going to be in 4 more years? So I would tell you to get on the stick now and seriously think about, number one, investing. If you're buying investment properties to rent, why? Because rents are going up. So yeah, it's going to cost me more. The initial cost is going to cost me more on a rental house, and my payment may be more because I'm paying more, but I can charge more in rent because rents are going up, just like everything else is going up. Okay, so it's not a time to wait; it's a time to buy. Same thing for buyers. Looking for that 200,000, 2,500 square foot house, which is probably more like 250 now, or 300,000 based on the condition. So, what is it going to be in 2 years? Is it going to be 400,000? So now's the time to buy. Now's the time to sell. Now's the time to buy. It's the time to move, because the factors are going to get better. For if you're a landowner now, if it continues to increase, you're just sitting there on money making investment. And if you don't buy now, you're going to pay more later. Pay less now, pay later, even though you're paying more than you would have 2 years ago. And again, that's what my whole thought in this video is. This is the new norm. And the sooner you can come to grips with that and understand that, then better decisions you can make going forward. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Take a minute and hit subscribe, please, and then hit the little bell so I can send you a notification when I put a new video on. We're going to try to do these, about every week, but here in the beginning, we're going to try to pump out a bunch of videos. I've probably got 3 or 4 hours worth of stuff to talk about, and you do not want to sit in front of the computer for 3 or 4 hours. So I was trying to break them up into separate videos. Talk about next time, maybe I'd like to talk about real estate agents and the difference and what to do when you're thinking about buying or selling, and how do I pick the right real estate agent. So appreciate it. I hope you have a blessed day.